That's a young one. This one got the headstone fell over at night. 1879 to 1912. "38 years old of age. 1909. Died. "1913 to 19. Well, that's not long at all. 3 years old. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Dave with Nomadic e-biking adventures, and today is Wednesday, the 16th of April, I believe, 2025. And we'll be heading on another adventure to the Jennings State Forest, where we are going to view John's Youngblood Cemetery. Why? Because I almost went into the ground. Because it was a soft, sandy shoulder. Temperature, I believe, is in the mid-70s, and winds are out of the northwest, about 7 miles an hour or so. Today's route will probably be 18 miles, give or take. Give or take. This little subdivision is quite busy. It's not very big, but it always seems like there's a lot of people that come in here. And we're going to take a short little ride on County Road 218 here. Just a beautiful day today. Can't get any better than this, and we're one day away from our battery being delivered. They're still saying that the anticipated or estimated arrival will be tomorrow sometime, coming from UPS. So even if it arrives early tomorrow, we'll probably not be able to use it because I want to put a nice full charge on it. And that usually takes 4 to 5 hours of charge time. But you never know, maybe they might deliver it early. Well, let's wait till it arrives first before we get all excited. Now, which one do I want to take? This one or the other one? Let's take the other one. So my new Cloud 9 seat seems to be doing really good. I didn't notice it, but I guess there's some adjustments you can do on the rear coil springs. But I'm going to just leave it as is. Yeah, the outlook for the rest of the week looks like temperatures in the mid-80s to upper 80s. No rain in sight. Today, not a cloud in the sky. Well, that plane has been circling around fairly low too. I don't know if that's a military plane or what. I'd be coming out of Jacksonville Airport. So I sent off an email to Jasion, the last contact I had with them regarding my rear tire and motor was in January, and I just asked them, I says, please confirm the pricing, which at that time they said it was $250. And I asked them for a delivery time estimated to either my daughter's house in Wisconsin when I go up there in a month or two, or my post office box in Dallas. So we'll see. I mean, I know they'll answer like 3 in the morning because it's in China. That's what all my other correspondences have been regarding the speedometer not working. I just hope that the tariff war hasn't affected it. If it hasn't, I'm going to go ahead and purchase it and get it on its way to be delivered. And if it's has been affected and the price has been increased by more than $50, I may not even pull the trigger on it. I may let the tariff wars take their course to see what happens down the road.
Want to travel the country without paying for hotels or rent? House sitting lets you stay in beautiful homes for free while caring for pets. I'm currently staying in a high-rise condo in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida for free, and I'll show you exactly how to get started. My free house sitting starter guide walks you through setting up your profile, landing your first house sit, and unlocking a life of travel on a budget. Link is in the description or scan the QR code now. Grab your free copy now and start house sitting today.
One ice bottle and one regular bottle with me today. Since yesterday, it's a little cooler today for some reason. But I drank most of my water that I had with me. It was in an ice bottle. Definitely need to stay hydrated when you're out and about here. I got the road construction crossing. Not much of an entrance, but looks like it's a pretty decent trailway to get through there. If I don't wipe out in the sand. Boy, I wish that trail yesterday was like this. This is pretty nice so far. Well, that's looks like the cemetery right there. It's got 2 bars left, 8.2 miles, and let's take a walk around, see what some of these headstones say. Not a very big cemetery, but there's a plane coming around again. What's this one say? 1856 Scully to 1930. Not much of headstones, because they probably didn't have too many places that made them around here. Mother Kate Owens. Lawrence Johns. This is John's Cemetery. 1903 to 1947. (1904 to 1955). Another Johns. So I see that a lot of these people are related. 1871 to 1941. Some of these are just a brick in the ground. Don't have anything on them. What's this one say? 1920 to 1907. There's not too many. I'm just kind of looking at the stones, and you don't see some of them. David Knight, 1875 to 1961. 1961, I was 1 year old. Fanny Hatcher, 1849 to 1885. That's a young one. This one got the headstone fell over at night. 1879 to 1912. "38 years old of age. 1909. Died. "1913 to 19... Well, that's not long at all. 3 years old. Wow. "1908 to 1916. A lot of young people. Of course, in those days, they had a lot of problems with flus, and only one. So there's a 3-year-old also. Infant son. So that one might have died in being born. Don't have just has 1919. "1918 and 1920. Boy, there's a lot of babies that have passed away. Hatcher is another popular name around here. 29 to 33. That's not long at all. 21 to 33. See my bike? Mother, 1904 to 68. 1899 to 1980. Some of them are all grouped together. There's not many of them in here now. Well, maybe there are. "1854 to 23. That's pretty good. Grandma, Granddad. 1851 to 22. You can never tell with the kids. Ooh, some of these you just can't read either. "1840, 1876 to 1914. There's a group of stones back here. Kind of looks like maybe they got them with different family members. See if this one is Hicks, 1943 to 84. And you just clear out an opening and you make it into a cemetery, I guess. Linville, 48 to 2007. An old wooden cross that dry rotted. And see, they couldn't even get a headstone made, and just made it with a concrete block and put some pebbles in there. Manning. This one's a newer one, 2022, 1944. Hicks, another Hicks. It's the Hicks family area. 46 to 93. Mom, 24 to 78. 78 is when I graduated high school. Hicks. 18 to 1975. Oh, pretty interesting. And this is actually in the forest, Jennings State Forest. Another Harris, 1887 to 64. So all in all, I'd say there's probably 100 headstones in here that I see. Some of these, like this one, is just a brick in the ground. This one has been 1928 to, was it 1820? Can't see it for sure. I think it's 1828 to 1907. That's Johns. There's a big family here named Johns that were, that's probably the people that this was made for. You can tell some people have come to pay their respects. Pretty cool. Definitely the trail that keeps on going, but I really haven't planned for doing too much. All right, we're at 1:33 in the afternoon, 8.2 miles, and we're just leaving the Johns Youngblood Cemetery. I didn't see any names Youngblood. I saw plenty of Johns. Watch out for that one. Might be a grave. Huh. 1920 or 2022 was the latest one that I saw. The most recent one. In 1887. No, there was an 1886 I saw. And that was the Johns that the cemetery was named after. But it's neat that they've got this set up inside the state forest, Jennings State Forest. Nice quiet spot. And I imagine most of the people from those families are not here anymore. Alright, well, looks like we might get a little bit more than Alright, let's see how far we can get on this one. .4 miles, 2 bars left. Sheriff's Department. Look at this intersection. This is some soft sand here. Look at that. Oh, almost need four-wheel drive to get through that intersection there. I don't think my bike is going to last too long here. Plus my battery's low. Not going to last too long. I might have to rethink this. I don't know how these people make this work. Look at this, man. This is some terrible. I mean, how do you go through that shit? Then you gotta ride high. And my battery just went dead. All right. Well, This is terrible. Man, I don't know how these people live like this. And these roads are just about impassable. I need to get back on the, looks like it might be better further down the road. Damn, gotta keep my feet out. This is terrible. This might be a little bit better here. Looks like it's all worn down. But those 2 blocks there were just nuts. All right. .2 miles, 42 minutes on the GoPros. He's got a cow in his yard. Free cookbook. All right, yeah, that wraps up another one, a little over 18.23. Appreciate you coming along for the ride today, and cross your fingers, new battery will arrive tomorrow sometime. Until then, adios.